All right. We are here with Chime. Welcome, Chime. So good to see you
Thank
on
you.
this
Thank you
Career
so much.
Stories with Power Apps Africa Challenge. And some of the people joining us today are actually in the challenge right now. They are part of the 3 weeks of daily missions. They're probably maybe even here because this was a mission for them to come and join this event. And some people listening are just part of the community. So we have the AKA MS Power Apps Africa, where we welcome everybody to join the community. We're having like micro challenges in the community. And then we welcome you there. And one of the prizes that people can win in this challenge is career coaching with Chime. So in this event here, we're going to meet Chime. We're going to find out what is going on with this guy's career in Power Platform and maybe give you some inspiration for winning some career coaching. So let's find out who you are. Who is Chime? Who are you? Where do you live? What do you do? What makes up your life?
First of all, thank you so much, Gresham, for having me here. I'm really happy to be here. I'm super excited. And for all the viewers, thank you for watching. My name is Shimi Okure. I live in London, but I'm originally from Nigeria. My day-to-day job, I work as a senior software engineer in the Power Platform Dynamics 365 ecosystem. I've been working within this landscape, like within the Power Platform Dynamics landscape for the past 6 years now. Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm very passionate about Power Platform. And yeah, I like to share my knowledge to people. That's my passionate. I'm
Yeah.
passionate about it.
Yeah. Well, I think some of the people who are just learning Power Platform and just thinking about, how they're going to use these tools in their own role and maybe what they want to do with their career, they're probably just discovering now what's so exciting about it and why you might like it so much. Um, so I would love for you to just tell these folks what has been your career journey so far. How did you get to the place where you're working with this technology every day?
Oh wow, my journey has been an interesting journey. Before my entrance into the world of Power Platform, I used to work. It's like a career change for me coming into the Power Platform. I used to be work as a consultant. I went to university. I studied civil engineering, so I used to design roads and bridges in the UK. And yeah, I've been always interested with technology as a child growing up, and what values or what technology can do to empower people and empower organizations. I've always been interested into that. So I took some time out from my civil engineering career, and also was running a fashion startup business at that time. So I took
Really?
some time out. I went back to university. I did a master's degree in management of IT. Yeah, that was that was tough, but yeah, I survived it. And so like during my dissertation, like when I was writing my thesis for my master's, I was researching customer relationship management systems, like
Mm,
CRM systems. So those days, like I researched, I looked into Dynamics 365. I stumbled upon it. I took out a trial. I, just played around with it, like, just got very excited with all the things that it can do, or all the things I thought I knew at that time, creating contacts, accounts, and things like that. But yeah, it's been an amazing journey. I finished that. I wrote a dissertation on CRM, customer retention in an organization. Yeah, I aced it. I
awesome.
aced my presentation, and I went out to the world of work. So going out to the world of work, I went to a global Microsoft Gold partner. I joined them as a functional consultant, and yeah, that's how my career just started from there. So
Awesome.
Dynamics, Power Platform, and all the whole things that we see now.
Yeah. I just love your story. uh, I think there's probably people listening who maybe aren't in a technology career right now. And they're thinking, do I have to become a developer? Do I have to only have technology as my interest? Because some of the heroes that we see in technology, it's like that's all they do. Um, you have come from such a diverse background, and I see such a correlation between designing roads and bridges or even the style aspect of fashion to be able to deliver not only a system that works and gets you where you want to go,
Yeah.
but also looks good to your customers and to your employees. So I'm sure you bring all that diversity into your job, and it's incredibly valuable for the people that you're working with in Dynamics and Power Platform.
Yeah. Like I said, I just love it. Like, working with these organizations, building out solutions for them, not just solutions, building out sustainable solutions for them.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just been something that I'm happy to do.
awesome, fun. So tell us about, some of your proudest things, maybe something that you have achieved in your career that other people can think about attaining, or maybe it's a personal one.
Okay, yeah. Personal proudest achievement so far. This year, 2022, I received a certificate of recognition from my alma mater, the university that I went to. This is based on career mentoring programs, because as part of the university, I give up my time to mentor students in the faculty of computing, like final year students, talk to them, take them through PL 900 certification, get them like, the whole talents that they might need out there when they finish their university. So that was a big achievement for me, getting that recognition from University of Greenwich.
Yeah. Wow. Congratulations. And for something such as mentoring other people, that's a great achievement.
Yeah.
So some people who are looking at your profile might see that you are a Microsoft certified trainer. And so what does that mean? Can you help explain what a Microsoft certified trainer is and what do you do with that?
An MCT, as it's called, is also, like I said, it's just a passion of, like, sharing my knowledge, of trying to, help out people. A Microsoft certified trainer is a certified expert by Microsoft that has professional knowledge, to go in there and teach a particular skill set, within the Microsoft applications. So as a trainer, you need to get, obviously, like, go through the process of attaining this certification that will enable you have that, have that skills to train your participants in Microsoft technology. Yeah. So within MCT, I have access, to resources that help me prepare for training, for my career, basically, and also is a community on its own. I also engage with other MCTs, like, globally, and
Yeah.
share ideas together. Yeah.
Awesome. That's really great. And it just gives you that even better impact on the global community and in your career to be able to add that capability to your tool set.
That's
So,
right. That's right.
well, cool. I don't usually show comments during these careers, but we had a comment come in, so I'm gonna show this one for you. No wonder Chime is always looking great based on his fashion
Okay.
background. So you have a friend and a fan in the chat, so had to show that one. But of course, if you have any questions for Chime, you can post them there, and we'll bring
Yes.
them up for you.
Yes. Yes.
Um, so great. Let's talk a little bit more around Power Platform, since the participants here are thinking about this career or thinking about using it. Tell us how you help organizations with Power Platform.
Um, Within my day-to-day role, within the using Power Platform, to help organizations, like I said, curate sustainable solutions and deliver on their business requirements. Um, I do help them. I make them understand the technology, like the technology, the Microsoft stack. It can be Power Platform, it can be Dynamics, it can be Azure. But just using that technology to analyze, like the various like methods and solutions that they might need in order to build a solution for them. So if it's something, say, for example, eliciting business requirements, for example, as a functional consultant, that's one of the roles that I do. So it's all about engaging, talking to stakeholders, like just trying to promise them, like, yeah, you can be able to deliver the solution for them. But in the long run, you also have to communicate to them that, this is, or understand from them, this is actually what they need, or maybe recommend some other technology solutions within Microsoft that will be able to help them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great explanation. It kind of it draws me to the next question. Just thinking about the things that you shared, what kinds of skills do people need to do this for customers?
Yeah. I mean, there's a range of skills. Apart from just looking at the product or the technical knowledge of the Power Platform, there's also like, soft skills, like someone that's trying to get into, or skills that someone needs if they're trying to get into being a consultant. Yes, they do need that. So things like your communication skills. You need to be very good with communication. You need to be very good with problem solving skills. So you need to have all this like strong analytical and critical, thinking in order to, kind of like have or curate effective business solutions for people.
Yeah.
Including that, just, you have to be creative. Within this platform, you have to be creative. If you're designing Canvas apps or model-driven apps or, custom pages, or you just have to be analytical and creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've coached and mentored, as I'm sure you have, quite a lot of people in this. And a lot of times people don't have confidence that they actually have all these skills
Mm.
as they get started. Um, and it's a matter of just doing it multiple times to realize, hey, I actually bring a lot to this, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why in the Power Apps Africa Challenge, we actually, have people building apps and doing the things that they need to do to practice, so that you can really see what skills you bring to this and what you need to grow. So,
Yeah.
well, believe it or not, we've got another question from the participants. So I'm going to throw that one up here. If you could go back, Chime, to when you started your Power Platform journey, what would you have done differently or totally avoided? Do you have any big lessons learned? And thank you, Chino, for sharing that question.
No, thank you, Chino. That's a very good question. Actually, what would you have done? Like, what would I have done? Like when I first started. Okay. The first thing, I would have gone out there. Like, I would have been bolder to get myself a mentor, like within the community. Like when I first started, it took me a while to get to that level, but that's one of the first things I would have done when I started the journey.
Mm,
Also, joining a community. You cannot fault joining a community within this Power Platform space. People are, I don't know how to describe this, but people are so nice. Like, people are willing to help. So, like, don't be shy. Just, go out there, join a community. It can be online, it can be virtual. There's loads of initiatives, there's loads of communities out there that will be able to help you, show you
mm,
the way. There are people that have done what you just started doing now, that are also willing to pay it forward. Yeah. I've got so many mentors. I will call them mentors, but people that I follow on YouTube, I follow on LinkedIn, on Twitter, but they have just been such a massive, like, success, to, like, my career journey. Like, I've actually followed them, and yeah, that's what I would
awesome.
recommend.
Awesome. Yeah, I think you just gave some of the top tips. One of my questions for you is going to be like, what are the things people need to go do? And,
Yeah.
getting a mentor and getting a community engagement. So we'll circle back around on that community piece, but we have another question from Paul here, more than just comments. Paul wants to know about certification and how to choose and focus on certification path. Were there certain certifications that you chose to get, and do you still have some that are kind of on your radar as I might pursue that?
Yes. Thank you, Paul, for that question about certification. What I always advise is you just need to know what path, right? Okay, you might come into the Power Platform, you don't know what path to follow. But looking at, say, for example, a good start is to look at the fundamental certifications. So we have like, the fundamental level that just gets you, you know, quick, just go in there, do it, get some quick knowledge about, say, for example, Power Platform. PL 900 is also a good fundamental choice of certification that can just help you narrow down your focus, your career path. Do you want to start looking into Power BI, or do you want to start looking into building automation, or like this certification will actually help you choose and focus on that your path that you want to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're in the Power Apps Africa Challenge. We're having people do the PL 100 Power Platform App Maker certification.
Yep.
And this is really the most broad certification after you do the fundamentals for like pretty much anyone, even if you're not planning to eventually work at a partner and become a functional consultant or a solution architect at a partner. But if you're just working at a company and you just want to get that credential to say, hey, I know Power Platform, the app maker is that credential.
No, you're
And
right.
then
You're
if
right.
you're really wanting to go down the professional track, that's when you start getting into those functional consultant certifications and getting into demonstrating that you actually have the experience to be able to consult somebody, right? And so I would even like to go do the solution architect. I haven't done the solution architect. I thought I saw that you did.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So that would kind of be the next step for me to say, hey, I'm technical and I'm gonna be able to do the solution architect. I haven't gotten around to it yet. So
I mean, it's also good to note here, like Paul and Gresham, like we also
yeah,
know the value of Microsoft Learn. So whatever
yeah,
certification that you choose, and App Maker, PL 200, like all these certification courses that also have like learning parts of Microsoft Learn. Microsoft Learn is a very rich environment that you can go in and do some self study and learn some of these applications.
yeah. And if you're building apps, you're going to find yourself on Learn every day looking at stuff. So your training wheels. So great. Well, you said you said a couple things around starting and growing your career just with mentoring and community. Was there anything else that you would like to recommend people do to start growing their career?
Like you said, I'll just mention the first two, like mentoring. Yes, joining a community. Community is like the foundational level of the whole Power Platform space, I would say, from my own experience. But then also you have like learning. You can't, it's a learning environment like within the Power Platform. Like we know how Microsoft is evolving, how technology is evolving in the space. So you have to always be willing to continuously learn, be
Yeah.
open to learning. That's what I say. Like never stop learning. That's my motto. I mean,
Right.
I'm still learning up to today. So that's one thing when you get into the career that you need to focus on is a continuous learning process.
Yes. Yeah. Are there specific communities that you have personally gotten involved in and that you would recommend our listeners get involved in?
Yes, for people that are joining us, joining communities. I mentioned how communities are very important. Everyone is very approachable and willing to help you. We've also got like user groups. For example, there's user groups out there. Most countries will have a user group that you can join. We also have the Power Platform community groups, like online, and then Power Platform Africa community. Even the Power Apps Africa Challenge is a
Yes.
community. We've got people here, people that are willing to be coaches, heroes, people that will, give you a hand whenever you
Mhm.
need it. That's what community is all about. We also have like, Power Platform School that we have here in the UK. You can also join that, from anywhere you are in the world. So
Awesome.
there's loads of communities out there. We know.
Yes. Yes. Those are great ideas. And one of the reason that we have everybody participating in the challenge going into the community, and why we're running micro challenges there and ways that you can win prizes even in the community, is we really wanted to set up the Power Apps Africa community to be persistent longer than the challenge, right? So the challenge is just going through the month of November, but we want the people participating to be left with, hey, a community that I can go and ask questions to and participate in. So all the coaches, all of the participants are together in this community, on the Power Platform community. So continue to leverage that. And that is all the questions I have for you. I'm going to check the chat here and see if we have a couple more questions. Somebody asked about the solution architect exam. So Richard, asks Chime, how is your solution architect exam? Was it scary?
Richard, I would not say it was scary, but because I put in time, I spent some time, studying it. I spent
Yes.
some time. It's also community. I mean, I think that certification at some point had that was during COVID lockdown. Also had some professionals like within Power Platform community got together, like Julian Sharp, got together and set up like a group where you can come in and just go through what they've gone through as solutions architects. I was on that journey, so it did quite help, which is also where community comes in place. So like I said, it wasn't that hard. PL 600 is a very good certification course,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's good.
Awesome. Well, I always recommend go and take it. Just go and take it and get her done, right? Just go
Yeah.
do it.
For me, it's
So
all about
great.
just booking that exam, booking it, and then getting ready. I've taken,
That's right.
quite some certification courses since I started this journey. So it's all about booking it and then getting ready for it. Until you do that, yeah.
Awesome. Well, the rest of the chat is just full of your fans telling you that you are awesome and that you're a legend. So it's a positive way to end this live event.
Thank
You
you,
got some friends
thank
and
you, guys, thank you,
fans
guys.
here. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And of course, we have people that are chiming in from where they're calling in from. We've got hello from Lagos.
Thank you.
Yep,
Ayodeji from Lagos. Thank you, Chris
yep,
Hudson Foods, Alexia. Thank you.
yep. So, and lots of appreciation. So, thank you so much for being here and joining us today, everyone. So, really appreciate you, and hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Gresham. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.